Take to the stars in a special spaceship that has the power to manifest anything you can imagine. Well, anything except convincing CGI backgrounds and likable characters. We watched M.E.A.D starring Patton Oswalt today on Nothing Movies.
Welcome back to Nothing Movies.
We really should plan shit out. We both gave each other a look and like sort of a half panic there.
I think it's fine. How else? It's 6 years in and we still don't know.
Our listeners know what to expect.
How to start this, and we barely know how to end it. We used to know how to end it, and then we've thrown it away recently.
Yeah.
So,
whatever. Keep it interesting. Keep it fresh.
There's a lot of business we have to get to before we get to talking about the movie today. Welcome back to Nothing Movies. I'm Kaz.
I'm Jameson.
It's the podcast where we go through an actor's filmography and choose the most anonymous and culturally untalked about movies that they've made and decide whether or not they've got a certain something, or if they're just a whole lot of nothing. Today, our guest, who I'm gonna introduce in a second here. You already know how it is.
A recurring guest.
You know how podcasts work. There's a lot that we need to get into, but I'll just get this out of the way first. This is our guest's 5th episode.
Yes.
And we've long joked about the possibility of getting them
a Five Timers Club?
A Five Timers jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Getting them a piece of clothing to commemorate the fact that they've been on Five Timers, much like SNL does.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with this.
Yeah, not only did
we fail to provide anything for her to wear, but
she has actually brought clothing for us.
She's wanting us.
That's
rubbing it in.
That's how backwards we generally are when it comes to the planning and production of this podcast.
Yeah, we're not a charity, you know.
Kaz promised me a 5 Timers jacket at No Frills a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and I've ordered the jacket from No Frills, and it's taking forever because it's a custom-made item. Yes, it is the 5th time that this particular guest has appeared on this podcast, making her the most recurring guest that we have had on the show yet. She does beat Danny by 1.
Okay.
She beats Harrison by 2.
Wow.
And we are currently wearing her merch.
Yeah, she's pretty much running the table on this show by now. Welcome back to Hannah Snider and her 2 autistic friends talking about movies and shit.
Thank you.
I don't know if either of us have been diagnosed yet, so I'm not really sure we can claim
but
that moniker.
No, but like from outside sources could probably infer.
Everyone's a touch.
It's a spectrum.
Yeah, exactly. And today,
but welcome back, Hannah Snider.
Yay!
And today we are discussing 2022's M.E.A.D. And this is why I love asking the guest what actor they want to talk about, because today we're talking about the career of beloved comedian and actor Patton Oswalt, someone that I normally would never have thought of to cover for this show, but I'm so thrilled that it was suggested because I love Patton Oswalt. Every time he pops up in something, I'm happy to see him.
I'm hard-pressed to think of anyone that doesn't like Patton Oswalt. And even though, like, I know he's like...
Donald Trump.
Sure, okay, fine. But, you know, like,
Who does he like?
Himself.
That's very, very true, yes.
Yeah.
It's a short list.
Yeah, I know Patton Oswalt has, like, starred in, like, a small handful of indie films and such like that, but he's a perennial supporting actor. And I think it was, I forget which director said it, but, like, they intentionally cast comedians for all these supporting roles because even though they'll have, like, a lot of just kind of expository or perfunctory dialogue, you give it to a comedian and they'll know what to do with it. They'll make it a little more interesting.
So you're talking about Steven Soderbergh said that, and specifically he's talking about his movie The Informant, starring Matt Damon, who plays kind of like a clueless guy who becomes like an FBI informant, and Matt Damon is giving a very broad comedic performance, and Soderbergh cast primarily comedians in all of the supporting roles in that movie, and almost none of them are playing that movie for humor. But yeah, he said like that was his reason for casting that, is because even if comedians are playing it straight, they just have like a natural ability to just
find the humor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have a funny look to them. So Hannah, we asked you what was an actor that maybe you wanted to cover for this go around. The reason we landed on Patton Oswalt, I love love the reasoning here is because while Jameson asked you, you were watching an episode of King of Queens.
Yeah.
And so you said, well, let's just go with that. Somebody from King of Queens. And like most scenarios, I would prefer not to talk about Kevin James. So we decided to go with Patton.
Fair.
King of Queens, is it just like a comfort watch for you? Is that just like a show you'll go to?
Yeah, I was just doing housework, and it was.
Oh, it's a great show to have on.
playing
Yeah, when
in
you're
the
not paying
background.
attention to.
Yeah. It brought me back to like, what was it? KBOS days when it would be on at 7 p.m.
I mean, it's just one of those shows that
Prime TV.
certainly in my teenage years was just like on TV. And
Yeah.
it's just like one of those sitcoms, like Seinfeld, which is just like always on. I don't think I've ever sat down and watched a full episode of King of Queens.
Neither have I, but my sisters and my mother were big fans of it back in the day.
Sure.
Yeah, so I'll periodically watch a couple of episodes with them, or I'll see a few scenes and I'll chuckle along because it's just like a very broad sitcom. It's not my kind of sitcom, but I don't dislike it the way that I dislike, say, Big Bang Theory.
I mean, it's one of the classic sitcoms that defines the whole fat schlub marries absolute smoke show who is way out of his league.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really sat down and watched King of Queens. I have watched a show that it's somewhat inspired, a pretty great show called Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a great show.
That's a great show. Have you ever checked that out, Hannah?
No, that's so good.
It's so funny. So it's
my
it's kind of
God.
like a dark comedy with a lot of dramatic elements where it's more from it has two perspectives. It follows the same formula as an attractive woman is married to an absolute schlubby loser, and when it is from the perspective of the husband, it's shot like your standard multi-camera sitcom.
Right.
But the laugh track.
The laugh track, but every time the husband leaves the room, the aspect ratio changes and it becomes like
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it becomes like increasingly more
What?
dramatic about like this psychological torment that this woman is in, married to this absolute toxic monster.
Yeah, because he just keeps getting up to these like dumb sitcom husband shenanigans that he always gets away with. Like he lost the car at a poker tournament, or like the boss is coming over for dinner. But then it shows that the wife has to deal with the actual fallout of all of his bullshit.
That's
It's a great, it's a very fun show.
It's
Oh my God.
It's so well done the way
I'm
that
sorry,
they pull.
it's called Kevin Can Wait.
No, it's called Kevin Can Fuck Himself.
I love that so much.
But yeah, I haven't watched a lot of King of Queens, but my one sort of anchor to King of Queens is being delighted by one particular episode, and I wonder if either of you know where I'm going with this. There was a scene, there's like a party scene, it's Kevin James's birthday, and there's a whole bunch of like extras and like
Recurring characters.
the cast members who are playing his buddies, and over the course of the scene, Patton Oswalt's character doesn't have any lines, and entirely independently of his own, he stands perfectly still the entire scene and does not move.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not
What?
it's not something that anyone caught until years later when the internet became like a little more prominent.
Right.
So this was just like an episode that aired and no one noticed that he did it.
I have to find this episode.
You have to
I've seen that
YouTube
clip.
this because
Yeah.
it's amazing because he just stands like perfectly still. He doesn't change the expression on his face. He's never the focus of the scene, so you wouldn't notice that he's doing it unless someone pointed it out.
And then it like really draws the
It's
eye.
hysterical.
Oh my God, that's ingenious. They didn't give him any fucking lines. They just put him in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
No
wasn't
no direction or
no
anything
direction.
like-
It's just all like, yeah, Patton, this is just like a
That's-
scene your character is in.
Broken NPC character.
And he just
Yeah.
and he just decided to do it. It's great. So that's really the only King of Queens I've ever watched is that
Isn't
scene.
that like what conspiracy theorists would be like? They think like actors or famous people
or all fake or whatever.
Are all fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
or
robotic.
secretly sneaking in
Yeah,
Illuminati messages
exactly,
to
exactly.
Like no, he
he's-
was just a pissed off comedian.
No,
on set.
no, exactly.
He just decided to troll everybody that day, and he thought
be
that this would be
fair-
funny. He was doing it for his own amusement.
Yeah, he still got paid that day. I would show up to work and not do anything and get paid. Like I'd be happy to do that.
There have certainly been like slow days in my career where I felt like I was just getting paid to dick around and do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've had a couple of days of work where it feels like I don't actually talk to anybody, so it's all like I could stand perfectly still and I don't think anyone would notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I just walked off the job right now, would anyone notice?
Yeah.
So I didn't really go through the Patton Oswalt biography in a traditional sense, just because he has so many goddamn credits, and so many of them are 1 or 2 episodes of like a TV show. He's been in practically everything. He's also an accomplished voiceover artist. You know, and of course, aside from all of this, he's a working stand-up comedian, which I couldn't even go into that aspect of his career because it's just so all-encompassing, and he has so many great specials.
Like, now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, he's a workhorse, that guy. You know, he's got like the voice acting roles that he has. He's a touring comedian. Yeah, he's been like sort of a television presence since at least the 90s. I think one of his first roles was like as a video store clerk on Seinfeld.
That is, in fact, his very first role on television role on Seinfeld. Yes, where he plays a video store clerk that will not rent breakfast at Tiffany's to George. Yeah, so that starts off his career. His first movie role is in the 1996 Kelsey Grammer submarine comedy Down Periscope.
Oh, fuck me, I saw that. Let's move on.
So yeah, 1997 he starts making like appearances on TV. In 97 he makes an appearance on an episode of the short-lived The Weird Al Show, which starts a lifelong friendship with the parody songwriter that continues to this day, where he'll pop up in his short videos, his music videos, and he also appeared in both Weird, the Al Yankovic Story, and the short film that inspired that feature-length film. He also appears in episodes of Mr. Show with Bob and David, with whom he also continues to collaborate to this day. 1998 is when King of Queens starts. He appears in 180 episodes of that show as Kevin James's best friend Spence. 1999, he has small roles in both the Andy Kaufman biopic Man on the Moon and in P.T. Anderson's Magnolia as a very unlucky blackjack dealer who gets scooped up by a water bomber and thrown on some trees. He appears in Zoolander as a monkey photographer. He's in Calendar Girls, British comedy Calendar Girls, which is about old ladies posing nude for a calendar. It's basically the full Monty.
The gender flip full
Monty.
Okay,
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
He's voices on shows like Crank Yankers, Static Shock. He's in multiple Grand Theft Auto games. 2004, he's in Blade Trinity, which more famously turned into a story that he would tell on talk shows and in his stand-up about how Wesley Snipes refused to talk to anybody unless he was referred to as Blade, and how he would hang out in his trailer and smoke weed all day. A story that Wesley Snipes has now...
Confirmed?
Well, no, he has denied that he said Patton Oswalt is taking this wildly out of proportion. I'm not calling either one of them a liar. I am saying, though, that one of those two men went to jail for lying. So that's all I will say about that.
You know, that's the first comic book role that Patton Oswalt had.
And he's a lifelong comic book fan.
He's one of those, like, lords of nerddom, that guy, because he's like, any like graphic novel adaptation will find a role for Patton Oswalt.
Yeah, and he's spun that into portraying various comic book characters over the years. He was the toy maker in the cartoon The Batman. He was the voice of MODOK in the short-lived 10-episode MODOK cartoon.
Yeah,
he was the voice of Uncle Ben in one of the 18,000 Spider-Man cartoons that have come out in the past 20 years.
I didn't even know that one.
He's, of course, Pip the Troll in the end credits of The Eternals. So he's in the MCU.
Yeah, in a role that no one quite remembers. Yeah, he was like, what's his name? Mordecai, the Raven in Sandman.
Yep. So
he was
independent comics too.
The make-believe horse that the cop could see. He was the space cabbie. Yeah,
Space Cabbie. Wow. Yeah, you're thinking of stuff that I forgot about.
Yeah.
And his voice talent extends to non-comic book stuff too. He was the villain Professor Dementor on Kim Possible. He does various voices for Adult Swim. He's the two college bro aliens in Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Skeeter and DJ, I want to say.
Oh, crazy.
He plays both of them. And of course, this leads us to his most famous voice role to date, and his first lead role in 2007's Ratatouille, which is one of those movies you think about. You think about like the premise of that, where it's all like, a rat wants to be a chef and he controls a guy by pulling on his hair. It sounds like the most like ridiculous sort of like B picture that like Disney and Pixar could churn out. And then every time you watch Ratatouille, you're like, not only is this one of the best Pixar movies, it might be one of the best movies. It's surprisingly such a fucking masterpiece, that movie.
Well, you take the idea of like, oh, it's a rat that wants to be a chef, and you're like, oh, how unappetizing. But then it's like, no, that's the point of the movie, because it's an underdog story. It's an unassuming person that dreams big and proves themselves. And as critics ourselves, Kaz, every time that it goes to the food critic and he has like the flashback to his child and everything,
the best part of that movie.
Yeah. Gets a lump in your throat for that one.
I mean, just like the thing where he eats the bite and then it sends him back to the last time he was truly happy. Yeah, it's an incredible movie, and Oswald is a huge part of that. Mm-hmm. For the love of his mother, a peasant dish.
I know, in the countryside. I mean, that movie also opened up French cuisine and understanding like kitchen life for me. Like they didn't shy away from like, what's a sous chef?
Yeah, it's sort of, well, I mean, like, it's most people's introductory idea of like how like a restaurant works. I mean, like nowadays we have like The Bear, and that like explains how that type of stuff works. But I mean,
fucking miserable.
Yeah, how everyone's exactly. Well, I mean, Ratatouille kind of dives into that too, because there's like a couple of misanthropes in the kitchen there too. But there's the joke.
Something about that industry, man, just attracts all these malcontents.
There's a running joke in.
We don't ask where he's from. Just keeps his head down.
There's a running joke in the movie The 5-Year Engagement, where Jason Segel plays a chef, and they move to a new town, and they go to a party where he doesn't know anyone, and everyone in the party comes up and says, "So what do you do?" "I'm a chef." "Oh, have you seen Ratatouille?" And they ask him that like 8 times or whatever. And very true though. So 2009, he gets his first lead role in a live action movie, the dark comedy Big Fan, where he plays a hardcore New York Giants fan who slowly unravels after his favorite player beats him up at a bar. It's a kind of a comedy by way of Taxi Driver, where he slowly unravels. 2011, he's great in a supporting role in the Charlize Theron movie Young Adult, where Charlize Theron plays just one of the worst people in the world. She
was like the it girl in high school, goes back to her high school reunion, if I'm recalling this correctly, can't really recapture like the love that she had back then. And didn't Patton also play like someone who had a crush on her back in the day and is now sort of the only person that's like hanging out with her, and he browbeats her with just like, you're actually a really awful person.
Am I
remembering that right?
He played someone that Charlize Theron tormented and bullied when they were in high school together. She started a rumor that he was gay, and because of that he got beaten up to the point that he now walks with a limp. And now in their adult years, she meets him at a bar, and he's sort of the only one she can form like an actual human connection to, even though he's upfront with her the entire time, is all like, you're not a good person. You're actually quite bad. But he's great in that. That's a really good performance from him. And then, he appears in the Red Letter Media movie Space Cop. He's all over the place.
Did you ever see the episode where he's on the panel? It ends with him like on a huge tirade about how this was a waste of time, and there's a small like internet rumor going around that, man, was that an act, or did he genuinely hate his time with the Red Letter Media guys? And they've never had him back on the show.
It's true, but also like he's playing into like their aesthetic, just because they always feel like everything they're doing is a complete waste of time, and they'd rather be anywhere else but there. So it's him meeting them on their same level.
But he's in the fucking Space Cop movie.
He appears in the terrible, evil corporation movie The Circle with Emma Watson, where he plays Tom Hanks's business partner. He's really out of place in that movie. He's not doing anything funny in that. He appears as someone's white voice in Sorry to Bother You on the phone. And then just like, Christ, just everything. He's been in BoJack Horseman, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, right, he was the Penguin.
He was lots of voices, but he was primarily the Penguin agent.
Oh man, that was one of my favorite characters. Like this guy, like the wolf's at his door constantly.
Have you ever heard of a young adult series called The Swamp Monsters of Beverly Hills? No. Then why did we pay $50 million for the production rights?
When was the last time you saw somebody with a book?
He's the narrator of The Goldbergs. So he's in every episode of that. That feels like another show you put on when you do laundry.
The Goldbergs?
The Goldbergs. Not you specifically, but just people in general.
Yeah, you put it on and then you walk away.
He's been on multiple Star Trek series. He was on The Boys. He was in the short-lived sitcom AP Bio with Glenn Howerton. 2022, he's in another dark comedy called I Love My Dad, which is based on a true story about a dad who is somewhat estranged from his adult son. So he essentially catfishes his own son by creating a Facebook profile for an attractive girl, and then they start messaging back and forth, and he essentially starts dating his dad.
Ew.
It's a really messed up movie. It never goes that far or whatever, but it's based on a real thing that actually happened.
I have heard of this happening with like one woman catfished her daughter's bully. And then
that's a little
like revenge.
That's maybe a little bit more acceptable.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
like
don't
you
think
mess
either's
with my
acceptable,
kid.
but
I mean, it's predatory. It's predatory.
Yeah, catfishing in general
don't
is probably...
do it, folks.
Yeah.
That's our
Not
PSA. That's our
endorsed.
mandated
Not
PSA for the
endorsed.
day.
We love a scam, but don't catfish.
Don't be catfishing. The only catfishing I want to hear from you guys is down at the creek.
Is a catfish po' boy. That's what I like.
That's right.
And he just appeared in the Among Us Amazon Prime cartoon, which just dropped recently, which looks so good. Oh my goodness.
And then it has Patton Oswalt. And also, can I add?
Yes, please add.
One thing that lives in my head rent free was he also played one of the townspeople from Parks and Rec.
Oh yes!
Oh my God!
The Star
Wars filibuster.
Citizens filibuster. Yes.
Yeah. It was Star Wars, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Both of you could probably list like 5 things that I forgot to mention here, because he's been in like so many things.
Yeah. But that's another thing that you can just look up on YouTube right now, where it's just the director's cut version
the
of
full version of the filibuster, where it gets to the point where like
he brings in the MCU and shit.
Chris Pratt is just like walking out at like a certain point because everyone's just done with this.
Yeah.
Amy Poehler tries playing along for a bit, and then eventually she gives up as well.
But the thing is, like, he is such a huge comic book and sci-fi nerd that those are probably like his own thoughts. Like, he's probably
of course,
like, it wasn't just like off the cuff. He's been running this around in his head and talking to his nerdy friends about it for years, I bet.
Yeah.
And I would say if we're having a discussion about Patton Oswalt, an element that's not entirely pleasant to bring up, but I do feel is like a significant part of talking about his career is the unique and tragic circumstances that surrounded his first wife, Michelle McNamara, who was a true crime reporter, who sadly passed away in her sleep due to a combination of a heart condition and just a cocktail of drugs that didn't work out very well. And I remember this because it was the most insane timing. I was literally watching a Patton Oswalt comedy special, and after it was over, I turned it off. 10 minutes later, I checked the internet, and the story broke that Michelle McNamara had passed away. And I remember thinking, how eerie that happened weird. That day. But of course, Michelle McNamara was writing a book on the Golden State Killer when she passed away, which Oswalt helped finish and publish as, We Come in the Dark? I Come in the Night. It's one of those two things. I need to get that right.
Pretty risque titles.
But I have to get the name right. It was I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I was wrong on both counts.
Coming in the Night, all right. That's a different film I saw.
But they released that book, and then shortly after the book was released, new information came out that led to the capture of the Golden State Killer.
Good.
Wow.
Good. Like Patton Oswalt is weirdly tangentially connected to that in a deeply tragic set of circumstances. And, he talked about his wife's passing in one of his comedy specials that just is one of the saddest things I've ever heard. But he's since remarried with actress Meredith Salinger. They seem to have a wonderful relationship. She has become a loving stepmother to Patton's daughter. All three of them have appeared on My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, which I think is really sweet. But yeah, that's just one of those crazy coincidences of Patton Oswalt's life that doesn't have anything to do with his career, but it is worth mentioning just because it's kind of crazy that happened.
It's a real sense of closure, I bet, for him too.
Yeah, it's justice for her death.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
It came to a resolution, so it's wrong for me to say that her death wasn't in vain. But now if there is an afterlife, I'm sure she's found peace with that.
Yeah.
Well, on that delightfully pleasant note, let's do this now. So today we're talking about a movie called M.E.A.D.
Yeah.
Speaking of an afterlife.
And we're gonna get into why that movie is called that. But as soon as we hit on the idea of covering this movie, Hannah came up with the brilliant idea of, well, if we're gonna talk about mead, we should probably drink some mead. And
you're the enabler guest, if I may say, because this is now the
what
third.
What do you mean?
Because on the Christmas on our 2 Christmas episodes, we were drinking.
Well, one of those Christmas episodes was a Zoom record, so we were all drinking independently
and then
of
Christmas
one another.
in Wonderland, we had some rum and eggnog, and now we're having some fucking mead. We found mead.
So I asked the question, where does one even find mead? And Hannah said there's actually a place that sells mead.
A meadery.
A meadery. What did you say, minutes from your house? Not to dox you or anything, but
it was a minute walk from my house.
Okay, well, now we're getting really specific now.
It's street across from.
I'll censor that.
So we have a sampler pack of mead from Humblebee Meadery.
Yep. Shout out to them.
And who apparently is listening to this episode because Hannah went in and...
I mean, I told the guy, so...
So I
took a minute to try to find the episode.
So they're not sponsoring the episode in the sense that they gave us money to produce this. In fact, we paid them.
Yeah.
If anything, we're sponsoring them.
We're doing the opposite way. No wonder we're in the fucking red.
So we got a sample pack of Humblebee Mead that we're gonna try. This is our first taste test on the podcast.
Yeah, we're shifting
here.
Focus from our podcast. Welcome.
So Hannah,
welcome back to Nothing Brews, Nothing Groovies.
Hannah, you have as the guest and as the person who paid for this, you have the choice of 4 flavors here. So
I'll take the orange. Please.
Orange. Okay, saffron and orange.
James, you said that's your favorite.
Well, Jameson, what would you like?
Oh, jeez, what was the purple one again?
Hibiscus and lavender, or green tea and lime leaf.
I'll take the lavender one.
All right.
Oh man.
And you'll just have to go to Humblebee yourself and check out what the green tea one tastes like, because I'm absolutely trying sarsaparilla and wild cherry bark. All of these have funny names. Mine's called Knifey Spoony. As a reference to The Simpsons, I have to imagine.
Oh, mine's called It's Business Time.
All right.
I'm totally okay with this.
And mine's called Champion of the Sun. Can I read the back?
Yes, please.
Become the master of karate and friendship for everyone. That's how it's pronounced.
Always Sunny reference there.
That is, yeah.
Transforming into the day man while you enjoy the double florals from the honey and saffron complemented by a hint of orange. Ah-ha-ha!
Does it say ah-ha-ha? Okay. We can't just sit here and read the back of all of these, so we'll maybe if there's a dip in the episode, that's great.
A dip in the discussion of the movie
Mead. Okay, so this is what's yours again? Blood orange
Champion.
and saffron and orange. Okay, Champion of the Sun.
And since it's mead, we say Skull.
Skull. Hold on here.
I kind of wish we had plain meat, because now we're coming in with the flavored versions of it.
Too much.
Okay,
There's
no control.
So taste test. Hannah, you go first and just give us your first impressions.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
The first notes are saffron for sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right, it's business time.
Oh my god.
He has a pensive look on his face.
Yeah.
Is this going to change your mind about mead?
No, nothing will change my mind. No, I like it. It's not quite fruity, but it has like a tangy taste to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's because you have like leaves or plants or like whatever the hell it is.
Thing.
Yeah, mine is sarsaparilla and wild cherry bark, so that's also kind of barely fruit as well too. So here we go. Oh yeah, that does taste like a nice sarsaparilla cream soda type thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little watered down. Ooh, it has an interesting aftertaste.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I think that might just be mead in general, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just fermented honey.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine drinking more than one of these. Because
I mean,
5%.
I mean,
not because of
great job.
Not because of the alcohol content, but just largely because it's just like pure honey. So I just get like.
And you're
sugar
sweet
rush.
enough. Oh
God, I knew that was coming. All right. Well, we've got our mead, so it's time to start the mead discussion here.
Sugar content
Get to the meat of the
Anyways,
situation here. Yeah.
You want to say that one again because it was so good?
Oh, what? Get into the meat.
Get to the meat of the situation.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll take a little break, and when we come back, we'll discuss why this movie's called Mead. Spoiler alert, it doesn't have anything to do with a sweet honey drink.
No.
It's about a little robot in space.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bye!
We're a few sips into mead, and it's going right to our heads.
So Mead,
yes,
from 2022, is the passion project of J. Allen Williams, writer, director, animator, producer, editor, musician, and founder and CEO of Parallax Studios. J. Allen Williams spent over 6 years designing the visuals for Mead entirely by himself before filming his actors on a green screen and composing the two together.
Oh, that explains it.
That really explains a lot because, boy, does this movie look like it was made by one person.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, before I get into this guy's career, because he is kind of fascinating, I just wanted to say, in this day of soulless AI slop that's made with a push of a button, it is weirdly comforting to see something that was made by literal human hands.
Yes.
Like this, which ironically is about a friendly little AI that can sort of
manifest everything. Yeah,
distort reality in an alarming way. It's kind of heartwarming to see that someone made something entirely by themselves, and it also instills that sense of dread and despair that a lot of AI art continues today, because this thing is an absolute nightmare. And like, it's really easy to come on this podcast and seemingly shit on someone else's like work and effort and everything. So I do applaud this guy for getting this project made. Doesn't make it good.
Look, like, you're talking to a guy who's made his own animated stuff where he's designed all the characters, all the backgrounds and everything, just like completely solo efforts like that. And I'll just say this right now. The CGI art in this, it's dated, but it's not terrible. There's some good attention to detail in this. Like when a room is on fire, there's embers floating in the air. You know, there's reflection seen as people walk through a hallway. When there's like exterior shots, you see actual people walking in shots of windows and everything. You know, that's just a little bit of attention to detail that you don't normally see in DIY stuff like this. The issue comes with having the people on green screen done a little poorly, and that's what I think makes this look cheap.
It looks like they are like 3D models that are like appearing like parallel to the backgrounds that they are like currently on. So it's almost like they're walking like perpendicular to like the hallway that they're meant to be in.
There's an unrealistic sense of scale between every human character whenever they're on screen. There's like no shadows behind them. So, and there's like different light sources coming from all different directions. So like you can just tell that like everything's just a little bit off. Like Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, this is not.
Yeah. Famously great-looking movie, Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, which has aged perfectly. Oh, God.
All done on green screen and shit. Like, that's what I'm comparing this to.
So, in 1986, J. Allen Williams formed the progressive rock band Wilder.
What?
Where he provides lead vocals under the stage name Carmen Wilder. I cannot find them anywhere on Spotify because Wilder is such a broad name, it's impossible to search for. I did find this song on YouTube from 2020 called Fire and Fury, which is, of course, about everyone's favorite subject, Donald Trump and the January 6th riots. Here's a little taste of... This is the band of the director of this movie.
Okay. Hey, they're still together.
Yep, they're still producing stuff.
Okay.
And that was what Williams was doing up until 2010, where he released the PC FMV video game Dark Star, the interactive movie, which he wrote, directed, and animated himself, and which featured original music from the band Wilder. Interesting. I wonder how he got them involved. Dark Star tells the story of John O'Neill, who awakens from cryosleep after 300 years aboard the starship Westwick, helplessly adrift in the orbit of Theta Alpha 3, with no memory of who he is. The game stars most of the original cast of Mystery Science Theater 3000.
What?
And
That's
is the
wild.
final screen...
Wilder.
And is the final screen performance of actor Peter Graves from the original television show Mission Impossible, but who people might remember better as the captain of Airplane.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen Gladiator fights? Timmy?
Yeah,
that guy. So that was his final acting role. Was in Dark Star, the interactive movie.
My God, he must have been ancient in that movie. He was an old man in Airplane.
Yeah.
For the nearly 13 hours of live action footage shot for Dark Star was somehow edited down into the 1 hour and 34-minute film Dark Star the Motion Picture, which you can watch on Tubi.
What are we waiting for?
Should you be so inclined.
Yeah.
And he's also directed a black and white psychological thriller called Everything, and he has 2 films in development called Black Ice Requiem and The Tell. I really want to show you the poster for The Tell. So the tagline for The Tell is, "She haunts your dreams. You murdered her and you feel bad. So does she." And we can see there's like a ghost lady here. I want to emphasize that the word bad
is in a noose.
is in a noose, so
it's real highlighted on it.
it's separate from everything else.
Yeah.
So that's this guy, and also I'm delighted to share with both of you what this guy's IMDb profile pic is. Now, normally a lot of people like to submit just like a standard headshot of themselves. This is what J. Allen Williams' IMDb profile picture is.
Oh
my God.
He's like a cool magician, and he has an eye popping out of his hand. I don't... This guy's kind of fascinating, I'm not gonna lie here. He's definitely... an enfant terrible. He's definitely someone who is like a one-man production army, and that's none more evident than in M.E.A.D.
Yeah, he seems like someone that doesn't believe in teamwork and wouldn't want to be told what to do. Or he's also looks like someone that I would personally avoid for safety.
I'm sure he doesn't look like that all the time.
Sure.
This is just
I don't know, it looks like he fucking runs a magical curio shop.
I think that's what he was largely trying to go for here. Yeah.
He sells potions.
So, M.E.A.D.
M.E.A.D.
opens with the way you want all movies to start, with a dedication for Corb. 1940 to 2020.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? That person would have been very old.
Yeah, and like every time that I see that a movie that we're covering has been dedicated to someone, I'm always just like, oh man, how much do I really want to make fun of something like this? But then I actually sit down and watch the movie and I'm just like,
what a terrible way to honor the memory of someone.
Also,
M.E.A.D. included.
I mean,
It's for sympathy.
The dedication is for Corb, and Corb is in all capitals, so like, Corb could be like a truck for all we know. Like, it could, like, I don't know. It's just like a weirdly specific dedication. I have no way of knowing.
I'll feel less bad if this movie is dedicated to an old truck.
I mean, like...
Was it the hangar where they had all the green screens? and then it just
and then after the movie was over, they
lit it on fire
for tax purposes. That was how they partially
Your
funded the movie.
sacrifice will mean life for Mead. Yeah.
Well, that's probably how he gets funding for his film.
Well, would it surprise you to learn that this movie was partially funded by Kickstarter?
Oh man!
And apparently, it actually made more money than it originally set out to do. So people really wanted to throw money at this. Apparently,
green screening is expensive, and like those animated credits at the end, like they had to be done by someone, I guess.
And that someone, I have to imagine, is J. Allen Williams.
Right, yeah.
I'm just going to assume that he did everything on this.
All right, so floating through space in the far off distant future, we see Mead,
Which is a giant robot with a smaller robot inside.
It looks
and
like
it stands for something.
Yes, it does. It stands for Mobile Extrasensory Autonomous Deceptor.
Mead was a better idea.
Yeah.
than saying that every time.
Yeah. So the exterior of the ship kind of just looks like a hunchback Baymax, but yeah, inside of this like cozy looking cockpit is a floating disembodied head of Mead, voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Who is the ship.
Yes.
Who is both the ship and like has like his own consciousness, which is sort of exemplified by this little floating robot head.
Yeah.
And yeah, Patton Oswalt voices Mead. I have to assume, because another Patton Oswalt credit that I forgot to mention is that he was a big part of the revival of Mystery Science Theater 3000 when it came back. So I have to assume that's the connection, because he worked with the Mystery Science guys on Dark Star, the movie.
Yeah, and then when they were in the Dark Star, they kind of just like shared contacts or something. Okay,
Patton Oswalt, the terminology I would use to describe his performance in this is politely competent. He is doing the absolute bare minimum, because it's the type of performance that exudes that he recognizes that this director is being earnest about this project and genuinely wants to make something of a decent quality. So he is doing just enough of an actual performance while never really giving it. It's not like a comedic performance. He's actually playing this entirely straight, which is kind of disappointing. Not really what you want to hire Patton Oswalt for.
I mean, I agree, but now that you said he was playing it like bare minimum, totally straight, he could have, like, I don't know, had a gun to his head, been locked up at certain times of the day. Who knows? Yeah. His life could have been threatened by this person. That's why he was just doing a voiceover.
Watching this movie, there were moments where I was just like, okay, so this is clearly something meant for kids, because it's like this whimsy of like this spaceship of the imagination that can manifest.
It's a little
and then almost immediately it's like, no, this is not for children at all.
Not for children at all.
Damn.
No. Also made me think like, man, maybe this was like co-written by a kid or something, because it's also like
yeah, because you have like a rubber ducky in one scene, and then you have him fucking a hologram, and you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, so Mead the robot head interrupts the captain of this ship, Fitz, who's throws a passion with the ship's hologram AI, which has a whole backstory.
Now this is a very confusing way to introduce the main characters of this movie, because this movie doesn't start at like the beginning of the story. It starts like mid-story, and then through a couple of flashbacks we get the full context of what's going on here. So in this opening scene we meet Fitz, our main character, who is getting down and dirty with like this AI program. And this is our introduction to these characters, and from this introductory scene you would not be led to believe that the AI hologram hot lady that he's getting with is like the scientist who created Mead, which we later find out. And it's just like, but that's like several scenes from now. It's a very awkward way to introduce all of these characters, because we immediately get the wrong idea about who each of them are.
Yeah. I just thought like, okay, so that's like the sexy hologram program, like for sexy times for the captain. No, I'll get into it, but yeah, so
this movie is not great to its female characters. No. All two of them.
Oh my god. Inmate. Yeah, that's the other like, I haven't been near, like, what did he say?
How is she? She's alive. Do you know how long it's been since I touched a real woman?
1 year, 5 months, 2 weeks, and...
Rhetorical question, Mead. I knew that.
Okay, so Meade spies some bounty hunters.
Martian bounty hunters who are all human. And he says, like, hey, they're after us. And that's when Fitz springs into action and we get a taste of what Meade is actually capable of. And Fitz is able to conjure up anything that he can imagine. It'll manifest it out in space. So they manifest like
through Meade.
Through Meade, yes.
Fitz and Meade have like a connection, kind of similar to like Pacific Rim, in the sense that like Fitz has to like put his consciousness into the Meade spaceship, and then together they can create illusions, not unlike Mysterio from Spider-Man.
Yeah. And all of these are just projections. They're not real, but they're so powerful that you will convince yourself that they are real. There are instances later on in the movie where, like, people think that they have just walked away from, like, a plane crash or something. But then, once the illusion fades, they're safely flying. So, like, you will imagine yourself transported outside of your own reality. That's how fucking powerful this spaceship of the imagination is.
Basically, I love the term spaceship of the imagination.
Thanks Carl Sagan.
I should also briefly mention this is not an original idea. This is based on an underground comic book that I guess J. Allen Williams read at some point in time.
Was he smoking something?
Potentially, I don't know. It's hard to do that much. Work on the. It's hard to do that much opium. It's hard to do that much mead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the Martian bounty hunters are squaring up with them. Fitz projects their ship is on fire. This is kind of the most ridiculous hook about this movie is that Meade is a non-violent AI that was designed for warfare, not unlike the Iron Giant, who gained sentience and decided, I don't want to kill. I don't want to be a weapon. I don't want to kill people. So Fitz, who was like bonded with him or whatever, helped Meade escape, and now they're going across the galaxy with the government and bounty hunters on their tails and everything. And instead of blasting, he uses illusions to try and
evade capture, or to like throw other people off, or to inadvertently get them to harm themselves.
This is the thing: is there is not a single scene in this movie where Meade uses illusions against the people that are trying to stop them, where there is not at least one character that is openly saying, it's not real, you idiots!
Yes.
Every single time he does it, there's one person reminding you that's all like, it's just an illusion, and then everyone else doesn't listen to that one person. They're like, oh no, a dinosaur! And it's just endless scenes of that.
The only thing I'll say to that, like in its minor defense, is that sure, everyone will understand that this is not real, but the illusions are so powerful that they cannot trust their own eyes, and they even mention that they can't trust their own equipment. There are instances where like someone's like actually trying to fire on Meade, but what they actually do is they drop their fuel, their fuel
because
tank.
Meade has switched the buttons. He has changed the interface, so when they think they're hitting the fire button, what they're actually doing is they're hitting the
fuselage,
the button that makes the ship explode.
Sure, or the ejection seat or whatever. Right? So in that regard, okay, that would be frustrating and intimidating to go up against. But you're right. And when there are instances where like Meade is like a fucking cowboy or whatever in the middle of space, ramming speed, it's not a real fucking space cowboy or whatever. No. Yeah.
So Fitz and Meade make it look like the bounty hunter ship is on fire, and while the captain of the bounty hunters is saying, stay on course, fire at them. I love these actors who are playing these bounty hunters, by the way. I love the big fat guy with the beard and like the bandana and like the vest and everything. Just a very cool designed character.
What big fat guy with the beard? There's a lot of people like that.
I just described half of the supporting cast. Yeah. There's one bounty hunter that kind of a funny scene where one bounty hunter opens the door, sees that the deck is on fire, and then just says, nope, never mind, and goes. And then, because this is an important plot point, the bounty hunters have a prisoner in a cell, and this bounty hunter, who I guess has decided that the ship is on fire and is going down, has independently decided to free this bounty prisoner and say, get out of here, go on, get out of here.
You're free now.
I don't know what inspires him to do this, really, because shortly afterwards, Meade and Fitz have, as we mentioned, switched the buttons, and the bounty hunters are about to fire on them, and rather than putting their laser blasters pointing at the M.E.A.D spaceship, they have reversed it so that their blasters are pointed inward at them, and as a result, they end up blowing themselves up, which immediately is taken with, like, utmost seriousness.
Yeah.
And M.E.A.D.
He doesn't want to.
No, M.E.A.D is like
be a killer.
M.E.A.D is immediately upset that they have taken multiple human lives.
Yeah.
And Fitz does not seem to give a shit.
No, collateral damage, man. It was either us or them. You know, he just completely excuses it. Yeah, he's not a great guy, this Fitz character. I think they were trying to go for Star-Lord with this guy.
Well, he's wearing Star-Lord's jacket.
He's wearing his fucking purple jacket,
Yeah.
first of all. And yeah, he's super horny and he's kind of immature and he's very glib with folks, yeah. So yeah, the prisoner that is released, Phoebe, we never really find out what she was apprehended for, but she's now ostensibly like the female lead of our movie.
Yeah.
M.E.A.D puts her onto the ship. And
I mean, there's a truly hilarious moment after the bounty hunter spaceship has exploded, where we just see Phoebe floating through the vacuum of space in her spaceship, and it's
That
just
was her name.
yeah, Phoebe, yeah.
Totally did not.
I
miss
wouldn't have remembered. Well, they have like a weird moment with that where the writer is trying to appear smarter than he is by claiming this all like, oh, Phoebe, like the Greek deity who was like the daughter of like Athena or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh man! Again,
yeah.
I saw this at an obscene hour this morning.
Yeah.
You watched this at like 7:00 in the morning.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, on 4 hours of sleep.
Yes.
So it's like I'm gonna miss that little.
Hannah's running on
Tidbit.
fumes, folks.
But she's still here, and she brought alcoholic beverages, which we
Exactly.
appreciate.
Doing
Yeah,
the Lord's
so
work.
so Phoebe is on the ship now. M.E.A.D does not want her to be there, but
Immediately on M.E.A.D's bad side.
immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, he calls her a whore, and he like manifests the
So-
monogram, like holographic.
So M.E.A.D has a
girlfriend.
real weird relationship with this hologram woman. So this hologram, the hologram is a hologram of a
mother.
woman named Tamara, who we later find out is the scientist that developed the M.E.A.D program
Yeah.
and built him and everything.
And she never intended for it to be a fucking weapon, and she made herself sort of a proxy symbiote pilot or whatever they call themselves. So like she has like sort of a baseline program in all the M.E.A.D ships, and her moral compass is what keeps M.E.A.Ds from wanting to be weapons, from wanting to be war machines.
And we find out in a flashback that M.E.A.D and Fitz were trying to escape the decommission program or whatever. So
Yeah, this is the last remaining M.E.A.D in this.
This is the last of the M.E.A.Ds.
Yes.
It's green tea and hibiscus and lime. We see in a flashback that Tamara betrays the government or whatever and helps Fitz escape. And of course, they're also smooching because no one can resist the allure of Fitz.
That guy, yeah.
Yeah. And it's in this flashback we meet our villain, General Gillette, the best a man can get, played by Star Trek's Robert Picardo, in a deliciously hammy villain performance.
Oh yeah.
Wearing an SS jacket.
Yeah.
Well,
Straight up, wearing an SS uniform.
it's an SSS, a space SS performance.
yes, a stormtrooper.
Well, all military type attire, somewhat look. I mean, like
Was it designed by Hugo Boss?
the Empire in Star Wars is a little Nazi-esque, so
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
kind of playing off of all evil people in space tropes
Yeah.
here. But Robert Picardo, General Gillette, wants to decommission all of the M.E.A.D programs, and M.E.A.D flies by a window where he sees two of his buddies getting torn apart and thrown into a landfill.
Oh no!
Oh no, my friends!
Yeah. So they make their escape and they manifest like a giant fake spider and a giant fake oncoming train and a giant fake flamethrower and everything. And it's
And
just like
every single time the people with Robert Picardo are like, and Robert Picardo is just
It's not real, you
casually,
idiot.
they're casually walking. He's not even like chasing after them very much, but largely because he was probably on a green screen and he couldn't run very far.
like hey, like this carpet's not nailed down here, so like don't be.
Why did we do this in a carpeted room?
It'll break the realism that we're going for here. So Picardo apprehends Tamara And point blank says, like, give up the mead or I'll kill you.
Give up the mead!
Yeah.
God, so funny.
And-
It's so funny that this movie's called Mead.
And, but he blasts her, and she disintegrates in a big green flash or whatever.
Yeah, like when people get shot with laser guns in this movie, like the effect is like their body like turns like entirely black, and they just become like a smoking husk or whatever. So yeah, that's what ends up happening to Tamara. Fitz gets hit with a plasma grenade, but Meade is able to close the security doors on the villains just in time, which results in Robert Picardo losing his hand.
Yeah, and for the rest of the movie, he has like this robot hand that doesn't play into the plot at all or anything.
It's a big chunky hand that looks like it was made by like those like connectables that we had growing up. It constantly is misfiring and it's smoking and sparking.
And that's what sets up this huge fucking Captain Ahab through line with Robert Picardo's character, where he's quoting Moby Dick all the fucking time. And this is meant to be like a reference to like the wooden leg. And he's like obsessively going after his white whale, the fucking Meade spaceship,
now,
as they make their escape.
Yet another
Forgetting that the hand was in the jar.
Yet another element of this movie that is deeply confusing and really doesn't make any sense. So, right at the beginning, after we're introduced to Fitz, and he's been interrupted in his AI lovemaking with the hologram of Tamara, they leave his quarters and they go to the main deck. But before they leave, they pass a floating hand in a jar. To which Meade looks at and says, "Good morning, Admiral." And then it's several scenes before we find out what's going on here, and we find out that this is Robert Picardo's hand, which, as they were escaping, Fitz doubles back and grabs, and he now keeps in a floating jar. And as soon as I saw that, I'm like, okay, at a certain point, they will explain why Fitz has this. They do not.
Nope.
They do not really. He seemingly just grabbed it to piss Gillette off.
Yeah. Keep them obsessive to go after these guys.
Yeah, and
it's now personal for him.
I guess to keep the Moby Dick metaphor, which would make Fitz and Meade the white whale that swallowed his hand.
Except it was a leg in the book.
That's right. And Meade,
and it wasn't a sci-fi story.
And Meade, the robot spaceship, does swallow things at points, so I guess that's what the idea is, but I kept thinking, like, surely this hand will like they'll have to like sneak onto a base where like a door or sensitive information they can only get with like Gillette's fingerprints or whatever. But no, that never happens. He just has his hand in a jar, and then like jumping ahead like near the end. Phoebe's escaping the ship and like Fitz stays behind. He says like, "Take the hand with you," and I'm like, "Why? What's the purpose of this hand?" Never explained.
Never explained. Yeah.
Yeah, but now Phoebe is all caught up on their tragic backstory.
Yeah. Oh wow! So you're honoring the memory of your AI scientist friend by turning her into a fucking hologram sex slave. Good job there, Fitz.
And it's a very weird relationship that
She started looking her up, and it was like, oh, this is what you do, like looking up your boyfriend's ex on Facebook. You know, like where she goes to the computer and she's like, "Give me Tamara." Am I missing that? I saw this set.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah. She sneaks into like the into
the archive or whatever.
The archive,
The
and
archive,
this is where we find the flashback because she looks up. They conveniently have like the flashback video all queued up for them there, and then again, I don't understand how Meade works. Like I don't really, because like Fitz like interrupts her and says like, "You shouldn't be doing that," but he does this by like manifesting. Like he manifests out of nowhere, and I'm just all like, so can Meade like teleport him? I don't really know. I don't really understand how this science works.
He just conjures up a projection of him in that room.
I mean,
because, like Meade's power seems to be infinite. Like, to move throughout space, it needs fuel. But as far as like its ability to manifest things, that seems limitless.
Yeah, at one point in time, Fitz and Phoebe are sitting down having like a nice cup of like jasmine tea or whatever, and she's all like, "Ooh, Darjeeling, yes, just the way I like it." Meade did this, didn't he? Yeah. It's just all like, does he not have a kettle? Can he not just make tea. Normally,
is all the food on this ship, is it all imaginary? Are you actually starving to death on this?
Exactly. It's all like
doing it, Peter. You're using your imagination.
Yeah, presumably he has to eat something at a certain point in time. He can't just eat imaginary food.
Yeah.
But such is the power of the human mind.
Yeah. So they decide that they need to get dark matter fuel for M.E.A.D. To keep this plot chugging along.
Yeah,
so
it's like a special type of fuel that will help them evade the bad guys, and they're completely out. But they know that
it's on
Admiral Gillette has some free containers of dark matter
on one of the moons of Jupiter. So they go there.
Well, not any moon of Jupiter, Ganymede. That has to be not a coincidence.
So they go to this base there, and they do their thing where they conjure up a dinosaur to distract everyone, and like World War II bombers to distract everyone. Even though Gillette is beating his head against the wall, trying to explain to his dumbass crew that this shit isn't real.
So yeah, Gillette is there, and he's like explaining to all of his subordinates that's like, you can't trust your eyes. You know, like, keep shooting at things even though they aren't there. We see these two comic relief characters
named
gallery
here.
Kowalski and Spunkmeyer. One of them is, like played by, as I mentioned before, kind of like a fat guy with a beard. And the other one is played by someone with weird body proportions. It looks like he has like a pillow stuffed underneath his stomach. The entire time I'm watching these two guys, and both of these guys are like manning, like the board or whatever, and they're on the lookout for meat and stuff. And they keep cutting back to these fucking guys.
Yeah.
And every time I looked at them, I'm all like, what's the deal with these guys? And it's not until the end credits that I realized it's the same actor playing both of these dudes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Who also, according to the credits, played like 5 other characters. So
just best friend of the director.
I suppose. It must have had to. It's just all like, I got all these great characters rolling around in my head. You're not going to believe it. Put me in your movie. It's going to be so funny. But yeah.
My big takeaway from those guys is that whenever there's a side shot of them, they just like seem to be sitting ramrod stiff and like with perfect posture and everything. And I got to imagine that, okay, in the real world, they're just like sitting on like a fucking box or something. And they're not leaning proportionately into the chairs that they're meant to be doing. Like, all right, director, if you have a vision and you need these guys to like lounge in a proper chair, just tell your friend to lean back a little so they're not like kind of sitting upright at attention.
I'm sure you can get like an actual chair on the green screen. Like, just get a green chair.
Yeah.
Then like digitally compose like whatever like sci-fi chair you want to put in later. It should also be said that because all of the actors, I guess aside from Patton Oswalt, were recorded on a green screen, every single character has like this booming echo to their voice. Like, it's every time a character speaks, it sounds like they're in a tunnel.
Especially when Robert Picardo raises his voice to yell. So, like, yeah, I think like he just got a little too hot on the mic, so he clearly like backed away a little.
Hull breach on the centrifuge. Damage and casualty reports coming in from starboard levels 22 through 31.
Ignore them and man your weapons. Keep firing. I need coordinates.
Yeah. So a giant floating teddy bear comes down to the planet of Ganymede.
Like, whoa, what the hell is that?
And of course, Robert Picardo's just all like, God, why do I need to continue to explain to all of you that is M.E.A.D?
Yeah.
If you see something weird, it's M.E.A.D.
Hey, we were supposed to be out the lookout for fucking meat ships. He didn't say nothing about teddy bears.
So all of the enemy combatants jump into their ship.
Fitz decides he's going to manifest a giant robot, Timmy the Wonderbot, to help out in the assault.
Yep, voiced by Patrick Warburton.
Oof, for what, like a minute?
I am Timmy the Wonderbot, defender of the 9 planets. Entering battle mode. Timmy to Space Force. Battle stations. Battle stations. In my blue death rays.
That's his 1 minute cameo.
I totally missed that. Patrick Warburton.
You missed Timmy the Wonderbot?
What?
I'm Timmy the Wonderbot. Eat my blue lasers.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie again.
No, I wouldn't make you do that.
This is a cameo, not necessarily in like the traditional sense of like an actor appears briefly in a cameo in a movie cameo. This is a cameo that it feels like they might have hired Patrick Warburton on the app cameo.
Yeah.
Like they literally paid him like $300 to say 5 lines, and then that was how he ended up
And
in
then
this
didn't
movie.
tell him.
And then didn't tell him that it was going to be a movie.
He put the contract in the information when signing up.
Just all like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to give you a couple passes.
Oh,
of
I'm
this.
going to be on Cameo.
I'm Timmy the Wonder Robot. Beep beep. All right, that's
and here it's somebody's birthday. So happy birthday.
Oh,
it's like great, Patrick. That's really it. And then and then they blow up
Hell,
Timmy the Wonder
I'll
Robot.
get needed to it. I'll do Patrick Warburton for less green. How about that?
But Fitz manifests a whole bunch of stuff. He manifests Tyrannosaurus Rex, a bunch of pterodactyls. And all of this is just a smoke screen so that
They can go and steal the dark matter fuel.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, there's alarms going off at the fucking dark matter depot.
Who could that be?
Exactly.
and because the M.E.A.D spaceship is just like a larger robot with like hands that can like grab stuff, like it's really funny. Like the M.E.A.D spaceship picks up Admiral Gillette's spaceship, and they're like, "All right, get the dark matter and get out of here," rather than just like put the spaceship in the docking bay of the robot. M.E.A.D opens his mouth and like
shakes
it out like it's candy. He like shakes it out. It's all like he's trying to get like the last like glossette raisin out of the box, and only the 3 dark matter cubes pop into the ship. It's really ridiculous.
Because this movie, I think, was made with kids in mind for certain scenes.
But it's weirdly violent and bloody and has like
and sexy.
Yeah, and has like a weird sexual undertone that's like not for young audiences at all. Also, young audiences would be
bored to tears.
So bored with this thing.
Yeah, I mean, like there's the scene where like M.E.A.D takes off with the dark matter fuel, and Gillette's just like, "All right, we're going to my fucking Star Cruiser or whatever." So all the ships take off there, and I clocked this. It was 3.5 minutes of wordless sequences where the ships go towards the starship or whatever, and you can get away with something like that in a better looking movie. It's meant to show off the visuals, and the visual in this are not cool enough for this sequence.
What I will say is that
it's so boring. It's a long fucking movie.
Every once in a while, this movie is like an hour and 45 minutes, and that extra 15 minutes really felt its age. Every once in a while, like if the camera is very far away from what it's showing,
it looks fine.
It looks fine. Like there's
it looks
just
like fucking Shadow Raiders.
There's just static shots. Man, Shadow Raiders. I haven't thought about that for a while. Like static shots of like the M.E.A.D spaceship like floating through the space, thrown through space
next to a nebula or whatever.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't look terrible, but like the closer you get, the more the illusion is destroyed.
Yeah.
But like certainly like the CGI shots of like space and spaceships going through space look better than any scene with like a human actor in it.
Yeah.
That's where the visuals like immediately get downgraded.
Yeah. So the guy was real good at like making spaceships and stuff. Not so much interior rooms.
So now there is a chase where M.E.A.D is being chased by the Admiral and his big spaceship. It was around this time that I hit pause and I noticed there's like 45 minutes of this movie left.
I know, right?
And weirdly, kind of nothing happens after this. It's kind of 45 minutes of just chasing the M.E.A.D spaceship.
Yeah. Does he transition? This is where he transitions to the poker game.
Yes.
God, this is just the most ridiculous fucking thing.
Just like
of the few things that have stuck in my mind.
The thing is that Fitz is all like, I got a great idea, buddy. We're gonna like do like this crazy illusion, and they're never gonna believe it. And the thing is, Fitz tends to just overthink things. Like he really doesn't need to get this elaborate. Yeah. So there's all of these like starships, like the subordinates, like the fighter pilots that M.E.A.D is clarified is all like, I don't want to kill these guys. They're just following orders. To which I'd say, you know who else followed orders? M.E.A.D. They're called the Nazis.
So their way to trap them is that he manifests this 5-card stud poker game,
a gigantic poker table.
Yes, and
with himself as the dealer. He pops up wearing a visor.
Yeah.
Now, is this the literal M.E.A.D spaceship doing this, or is this also an illusion?
Both.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
And like all the fucking like X-wing pilots, they're into the game. They completely like drop their mission objective and they like just start.
It's funny how like the how like the spaceship pilots like buy into the illusion so much. In the previous scene where Timmy the Wonderbot shows up, we cut to like the people piloting the spaceships, and their chatter is all like, "What happened to Timmy? Do we have eyes on Timmy?" And it's all like they're calling him Timmy. It's so funny how they bought into it immediately.
Yeah.
You would think that, because this is very the genie from Aladdin, where like Mead has manifested this scenario where he's stopping the bad guys by becoming a giant card dealer at a casino or whatever, and you would think this would be the moment where Patton Oswalt can cut loose and bring the funny or whatever. It's all like, hey, like big money, card topics or whatever, and he's doing that. You can tell his heart's not really in it, though. Again, he's doing the bare minimum that's asked of him.
I think he brought the funny at the very beginning with the mousetrap, and he said no cheese for these rodents.
It's so funny. I'm still laughing at it. It's so, yeah.
I just didn't want to miss that point. But it's interesting that you brought up Aladdin, because there's like, this movie is built on so many like sci-fi references. Like when they were playing Daisy really, really slow.
Oh, right, yeah.
And it was HAL 9000.
Okay, well, this is interesting because you claim
Am I getting ahead?
No,
no.
This movie has no plot, so I don't know if I'm getting ahead or
You claim
not.
to not remember Timmy the Wonder Robot. Timmy the Wonderbot is the one that sings Daisy Daisy.
That is okay.
So there you go.
Thank you.
So you did kind of hear Patrick Warburton, but his voice was distorted
So that
at that
was
point.
okay.
That was
'cause
Patrick
I was
Warburton.
Like, I was
Yes.
like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Space Odyssey. Again, I watched this.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie
feeling.
wants to think that it's Space Odyssey with all like the static scenery shots where no dialogue is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually, like, Meade just gives up the fucking poker game and just traps all the ships in like a
house of cards, a literal house of cards.
A house of cards, and Captain Gillette or whatever, he just says like, fire in all directions. You'll eventually hit him.
You'll hit something.
You'll hit something. Space is infinite.
And so Admiral Gillette
It's
has
like modern warfare.
yeah.
he has this new helmet that he puts on that
Stupid motorcycle helmet
can
with like
see through the illusion. So
Yes.
this is how Admiral Gillette is able to tell what is an illusion, what isn't an illusion. I would think you'd be able to tell what the illusion is by just looking out the window and seeing what the most ridiculous thing that's currently winding through space is.
that thing you see, that ain't real. So yeah, he's like he does not see what they're trying to project and everything. Everyone else is still like saying like, "Are you sure, Admiral?" Like. So one thing that I kind of clocked with this movie is like fucking Robert Picardo is such a trooper, because there are moments where he's just barking orders and screaming his head off while he's wearing this like dumb bucket on his head and everything. And I'm just like, man, how fucking embarrassing it must be to see him.
He's a consummate professional,
Yeah.
like he did all those Joe Dante movies, you know, he put in his tenure on Star Trek, so he's no stranger to
Looking
ridiculous things.
Yeah.
This is the second movie we've covered with Robert Picardo, and both of them look like they were made for like a budget of like $2. Like,
Well, isn't that a common? You're an actor.
yeah,
A man of stage.
I am a man of stage and
Film.
briefly screen. Not so much
So-
film, but yeah.
But like, they say like if you don't feel embarrassed, you're doing it wrong.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that
really?
before.
Okay.
I would think
For,
that
like, shooting commercials.
I would think if you feel embarrassed as an actor, that's going to come across in your performance. So I would actually say completely the opposite of that.
Oh, interesting.
You don't want to feel embarrassed. You want to. And I don't think Robert Picardo is embarrassed to be in this. I think
No.
he's taking this role. I think he's taking this project seriously.
Like a true
Oscar.
thespian.
Yeah.
Oscar-worthy.
It's just a shame that he's surrounded by all of the other actors, including like the number 2 on the other higher up on this evil empire, who is notably uncomfortable with the bloodthirst that Picardo is trying to do, and like he keeps trying to like seize control away from Picardo. this guy's one of the worst actors I've ever fucking seen in my life. He's just like, he doesn't say a single line in a convincing way. And he's given a lot of dialogue, unfortunately.
And it's just like, he doesn't look like a soldier. He doesn't look like a career military man.
Well, because most of the military men have like full beards.
Full beards, yeah. Actually, I'll say this for the movie itself. And I kind of clocked this with our two female leads. It's been a long time, and maybe I've never even clocked this, but I can't remember the last time I've seen a movie where most of the leads are not conventionally attractive. Mm-hmm. These are very average, everyday looking people. And I think that's kind of cool to see in a fucking sci-fi movie.
Fitz is a little bit of a himbo.
Sure.
I mean, he's no Ryan Gosling, but he's like conventionally attractive.
But he's a wish himbo.
A wish himbo, yeah.
But
Tammy's a plus-size woman.
Is she? I think she's like a regular-sized woman, not to like emphasize like her body or anything like that. Yeah. I very much feel like the actors that he was able to get for this movie, aside from his small handful of like actual celebrities, were just like people that he found. I mean, like
community playhouse actors.
The actress playing Tam has very much the same energy and look as Lisa from The Room. A normal-looking woman, shall we say?
There you go. Yeah.
Not like Hollywood actress level famous and stuff. So on that end, I agree with you. Mm-hmm. I don't think there was any budget for like makeup or hairstyling. So
they had to do it themselves.
Yeah,
just what they were wearing on the day.
But by all accounts, from what I was able to find, this director
wearing inmates
walked right off of prison.
Sorry, Kat.
I was just saying this director was probably a lot easier to work with than Tommy Wiseau.
Oh,
probably demanded a lot less from his actors. Probably was a lot nicer.
The visuals are going to do all the heavy lifting here.
That's right.
Exactly.
So the chase continues.
Yeah. M.E.A.D says to infinity and far away or whatever the fuck, because sure, why not?
Sure.
Pixar reference there. But M.E.A.D is like critically damaged at some points during the chase.
Because they're just firing blindly. Picardo was right. They did eventually hit him.
Yeah, and so like they need to equip the space fuel so they can like make their proper escape.
They have to like come to a complete stop to sub out the dark matter conveniently, and that gives Picardo and his Star Destroyer a chance to catch up. And at this point in time, what Fitz and Mead's next plan is to actually create an illusion around Admiral Gillette.
Yes.
So they replace Admiral Gillette with like this big slimy slug monster that one of the crew members is all like, that's from that video game or like whatever
made up video game.
Yeah, it's all like it could just be a monster. It doesn't have to be from anything specific or whatever. Yeah. But now Picardo has been replaced by a monster, and we see that he's actively barking out orders, but
no one can understand him.
It just comes out as blah 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 blah.
So
and so the number two, Colonel Sanders or whoever, decides that. Both because there's now like a literal monster going around wrecking shit, and there also I think is like a part of him that's all like, this is a good opportunity to maybe get Robert Picardo out of here, and maybe like kind of aware that this isn't actually a monster, but maybe if I convince everyone to like get it, I can seize control of this situation.
Have a mutiny here or whatever.
So they do incapacitate the monster at one point in time. The monster does knock over one of the guys, and we get
the Wilhelm scream.
Is it the Wilhelm scream or is it the other famous scream?
I think it's the Wilhelm scream.
Okay, yeah. Well, we get one of the famous screams in here. So now like a bit of a mutiny has happened on Admiral Gillette's ship.
This is when they take their opportunity to manifest the Titanic to ram the fucking ship. Which
why not?
Sure, yeah. I mean, it won't actually hurt them. It won't actually.
No, nothing will hurt them. This is the thing. Nothing will hurt them. They're illusions.
They'll just give them a good scare.
Everything bad that happens to anyone in this movie is entirely through their own accidental volition. But yeah, Meade has a big hole in him, and he's
Yeah.
slowly leaking fuel,
Yeah,
and he's sadly dying.
Drifting through space and everything, just like this fucking childlike looking robot or whatever.
And this is where Picardo goes full Captain Ahab, and he pulls a blaster, and I believe he laser blasts one of his men or whatever, and so now he's just working entirely on his own. It's another hilarious visual because it's Robert Picardo with a gun on these people inching towards a control board
fake console
that isn't there, and he's like hitting the fire button, but he's doing it in such a casual way where he's all like, "Stay there, don't move." It's like every time he does it,
It's like he's smacking a
Yeah.
wall even though there's
Yeah.
like no big red button on the console or anything. It's
But this is what fires the integral shot that leads Meade to his death, But once again, Meade has switched all the buttons and controls in this ship, so they're hitting all the wrong things, and
eventually it starts self-destructing or
yeah,
whatever.
and the ship's actually on fire, but at this point in time, they can't tell if it's fake fire or real fire.
Yeah, it's kind of a nice touch, I guess.
And in one of my favorite moments, someone fires a laser gun at Robert Picardo, and we get this amazing shot of Robert Picardo
CGI hole,
with a full hole,
like something
through.
right out of Looney Tunes. This thing, I love it.
And then as he falls down, he does his final quote from Herman Melville, falls over, and then the one soldier who fired him said, like, "I didn't mean to kill him, but what a who quotes Herman Melville with a hole in their stomach?" Just explaining the joke to us so we fully get what's going on. And then as this ship is burning, as this brig is on fire and everything, the number 2 sits down, and this one soldier is running around, and then from the background he says, "We deserve this," and the number 2 looks directly at the camera and says, "Couldn't have said it any better myself," and then they explode.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Wow,
it's such a weird thing to do.
What a weird day for these soldiers. See a fucking giant teddy bear floating by through space and everything, and then like a bunch of catastrophes happen off their base that didn't really happen, and then they spend an afternoon with a madman, and now they're dead.
Yeah. But it's also weird and worth pointing out that like this is just like a portion of this giant ship. So like, I guess like the fire decker, like whatever, where Picardo and his men on, that exploded, but like
the rest of the ship
is totally fine, and it's still filled with evil bad guys that presumably didn't have anything to do with this.
They have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, it's like Deep Space Nine. It's like a giant structure, and there's like a million other things going on in here.
Yeah.
And what Robert Picardo was doing was just like one small aspect of trying to get like the Meade ship, because it's full of people that were just like, "What was going on?
Yeah.
What? Is that is that a poker table?
Yeah.
All right.
That's just like life on the Starship Enterprise. You know, oh, Jesus, another fucking space anomaly I see. Well, I'm sure the captain's on it. Yeah.
So Meade is dying.
Meade is dying. The Secret was like, fucking, like, are you trying to make me sympathetic and sad for this, like, little tiny cute robot dying? One nice touch I had for this whole sequence is that as the Meade program is failing, all the illusions start dissipating, including the one that's keeping Fitz looking handsome.
This is kind of this is like a reveal that actually got me.
Yes.
Like I actually didn't see this coming, and this is like the smallest amount of applause for this reveal, because as we saw from the flashback,
he got damaged in that fucking grenade explosion, but what we actually didn't see was like him getting back to health. No, he's got like a massive full body scar going down the right side of his body.
Down the right side of his body. It's the type of like horrible like flesh destroying scar where like the one side of him is disgusting, the other side still pretty handsome though. It's still one of those things where it's like, yeah.
And again,
it is giving Two-Face, yeah.
The actors did their own makeup.
But the actor who played Fitz came with that on that day,
big road rash.
It is the reveal that Fitz, our hero, I guess, is actually horribly disfigured.
And also not the best reaction from Phoebe. She's like,
yeah.
yeah, that's definitely what you want to tell a burn victim.
Yeah.
So there was like a whole thing previous where Fitz had to stay on the brig of the ship so he could control the illusions, and Phoebe went down to put the dark matter in. And she has to work together with Tamara, the hologram.
Who hates her, yeah.
Of course, yeah. This is great representation for women because like the two female
the only
characters
two fucking women in this movie
are
hate
active.
each other.
They keep calling each other slut and whore like the entire time.
Yeah.
And we also forgot to mention that in a previous scene, Phoebe and Fitz just start making out hard.
They barely
because
know
they
each
can't.
other.
I wrote a note about that. I said 31:33. That was fast.
Yeah, I think I also wrote down that was fast too because they've known each other for like an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
And
damn.
If they played
Space
it,
travel does that to you.
I mean, if they played it more, I mean, maybe it's been like a while since Phoebe has seen a real man. Maybe there's just hologram everywhere.
Maybe she was in an all-women's prison. I don't know.
Oh my god.
She wasn't in all women's prison. She was on a bounty hunter ship. She was the only prisoner of a bounty hunter ship.
Fuck, like that's something they could have done. You know, like she's a criminal, so let's like play up the fact that she's trying to manipulate Fitz away from like the control of Mead or something.
Well, that would
she's using her feminine wiles on him.
That would make more sense
Yes.
than her just kissing Fitz because she thinks he's handsome. It's all like, no, she's manipulating the situation so she can get control of the ship
she
or
can, like,
something.
tease him or something.
Yeah.
Close or whatever.
But if that was the intent, it certainly doesn't come across that way.
No.
Phoebe isn't able to change the dark matter in time, and it doesn't matter anyway because Mead is now dead.
Yeah, so she gets into like the escape pod or whatever. She gets into a spacesuit.
And she turns herself in.
That's weird. Yeah.
Why does she do that?
So
law-abiding citizen.
My guess is that because
she's literally not, though.
She's a criminal.
She has a jumpsuit on that says inmate. She's the opposite of that.
All right, you're on your own, lady.
I guess maybe the idea is that if she escaped in the escape pod, she wasn't anywhere near and like she wouldn't have survived.
There's no other closer settlement than the space base on the Jupiter.
And she can't stay on the dead spaceship, so she literally has no other option but to turn herself in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a death sentence. But the movie doesn't convey that.
Yeah, but I guess you're right. Yeah, she does leave in the inmate jumpsuit.
And she goes down to the ship where she's met by more of the evil people. And in yet another confusing moment, which is, I guess, trying to explain what it was that she did, or potentially setting up a sequel, because this movie does set up a sequel at the very end. She hands over a bag to, like, the arresting officer, who, in a sort of a Pulp Fiction nod, opens it, sees that there's, like, this glowing blue light inside, and then closes it, and then we never find out what's in the bag. There is zero explanation as to what.
It's the hand.
It's the hand?
Yeah, there's one line where Fitz says, "Take Gillette's hand. I don't want it anymore."
Why does she show it to the guy? Why?
A bargaining chip?
Robert Picardo is dead.
I don't know.
He doesn't need it anymore. He blew up.
Maybe it's like some security clearance with a palm print. I don't fucking know.
Oh my god, this doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, what also doesn't make sense is that apparently Phoebe did hook up the battery or whatever correctly because the ship reboots and it goes into an automated repair.
There's just enough dark matter for Mead to be able to start the reboot on his own. We see a bunch of robot hands come up and put like the capsules in the right place or whatnot. There's lots of like sorrowful shots where Mead and Fitz are just floating through space.
Yeah.
Fitz is all sad, saying like I'm nothing. I'm nothing without you, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, it goes on for so long. I thought the eventual reveal was that it was going to
another illusion.
Yeah, this was also an illusion that they used on Phoebe to get her to leave. Yeah. But no, this all actually happened, and Mead just came back to life.
Yep, Fitz is all back to his old self again, and then
or at least he's now back to pretending that he's back to his old self.
And Phoebe can see from the bridge or whatever that Mead's alive, and he gives her a wave, and she's probably like, "Well, fuck."
This is so weird, too, because, again, she's back in handcuffs. She has, like, 3 soldiers behind her or whatever. She stops at a window where Mead is right there waving at her. The 3 soldiers are still behind her, but they seemingly just, like, choose not to look out the window. They can see everything she's seeing, but they are just choosing to look in an opposite direction.
Maybe they finally learned the lesson.
Yeah.
Like, hey, maybe what we're seeing shouldn't be believed. This was Phoebe believes.
Everything they heard over the thing was just like, well, Robert Picardo was trying to kill this ship and he blew up, so it's all like, you know what? We're just gonna let it go. Yeah. We're not getting involved.
And we're ending with the movie with the Tammy, the AI lady. Yeah, she's now like a fully conscious and sentient AI being,
which apparently M.E.A.D could have done the entire time. They explained that like the human Tamara knew that she was going to get killed, or so she uploaded her consciousness. So it's like she is like an AI program now, but she's like she's more realized.
She's not a fucking sex hologram anymore.
She's now like
fully realized.
For all intents and purposes, she is the woman who died again. I mean, she's not a sex robot, but she's still all over Fitz, because who wouldn't be? My God.
Yeah.
And the movie is just setting up, the continuing space adventures of these three friends.
That she like fucking redecorates the bridge and everything.
Yeah, she makes it all like art deco with like plants and stuff and like a throw rug.
Yeah.
And M.E.A.D is just going like, what did I get myself into? And I'm just all like, don't you like her? Didn't she give you life?
Yeah.
Like, what is your relationship with this woman? Unclear.
He just doesn't like women. I guess.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, because he's bonded with Fitz, and Fitz is clearly a misogynist. So
yes.
That's what's going on there. Yeah, they take on each other's personality.
And then that's it for this fucking backdoor pilot. Because what adventures will await our spacefaring trio here?
And then we get an amazing flash animated end credit sequence that shows all your favorite moments from the movie, including a couple that weren't in there, like M.E.A.D hitting spaceships with a pool ball. I'm just all like, oh, maybe that didn't get as far as the drafting portion of the movie, but it still ended up in the thing. And then there's a goddamn end credit scene.
Oh, is there? I didn't.
All they do is they're just on the ship, and basically Fitz is saying all like, we gotta go get Phoebe back. We gotta go.
Okay.
We gotta go rescue her.
Okay.
And I don't know why that couldn't have been just a part of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's weird to put it at the very end of the credits.
They're wanted men. Yeah.
And then so I guess that the implication is that they will rescue Phoebe, and there will be 4 of them on the ship, even though the 2 women clearly hate each other, and they're both throwing each other at the only other man on the ship. Yeah. So I have to imagine the dichotomy.
A lot of mediating that M.E.A.D has.
A lot of mediating?
Yeah. Well. All right. Well, that's M.E.A.D. That's M.E.A.D. Anything else that we didn't mention for this this lovely little sci-fi epic?
Hannah, was there anything that we didn't go over?
No, you actually mentioned everything and more than what I could remember from this morning. That just shows
including some stuff that you didn't even clock at all.
I know.
Like the entirety of Patrick Warburton's performance. To be fair, he is in this for like 2 minutes.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I would have just, I don't know, I had a senior moment for 2 minutes, and I'm like, wait, what?
Was it the same senior moment where you couldn't remember the name of the podcast?
Yes.
Our most reoccurring guest. Now, to be fair,
is it bad movies?
Well, that's close.
Our podcast is called Bad Movies. Yes. Now, to be fair, for 2 of those episodes, we did have a different name, so you are correct in the sense that we do.
Remind me the name before.
It was The Fuck Is This?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, I have nothing else to say about this.
I got nothing. Oh god, the M.E.A.D's taking over.
So is this movie a whole lot of nothing, or does it have a certain something? Hannah, we'll start with you.
It's a whole lot. There's no theme. What's the theme?
Illusion. Illusion is better than violence, I guess, is the theme.
Oh my god, you're better at this.
What do you think?
Deceiving people is a lot better than hurting them.
Yeah, the plot was really hard to follow. The dialogue was very spaced out. Like, it was not naturally recited. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. Just a bad movie.
Yeah.
Which is what we cover on Bad Movies.
There you go. Yeah. Bad movies.
No, this was like very overly long, I thought. And I don't know like how well realized it was from this guy's original vision. It's based on like a fucking comic that like from the 1970s that he just fell in love with and decided to adapt. But it's like, this is how you're planning on going about it, eh? I don't know. Like, weird tonal issues with it too, where like, it was scarily violent. So there was like sort of like the underlying sexual tension with the Tammy character there. And yet like all of the whimsy from the imagination was like very childish and a lot of the dialogue was pretty juvenile too. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know who this movie is for, other than the guy who made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way to sum this up. Is that this is a movie for no audience other than the person who spent 6 years of his life getting it made.
And to add on sorry to cut you off.
Please,
but
no,
to add
please cut
on-
me off more.
Yeah, the more people who want to cut off Kaz, go right ahead.
I should start bringing like a plastic bat that people can just hit me with if I go on
Jesus
for too
Christ.
long.
I mean, you're the host of your own show, so. But the dialogue was also like there was just so many sarcastic quips that like I don't know. It's like how can you take this seriously when they're just being snarky to each other?
It does feel like it gets to a certain point in the thing. So like, does anyone like anyone?
No.
Like it's like Fitz and Meade are supposed to be like best space buddies or whatever.
Yeah.
And they helped each other escape. But like, yeah, they're so snarky and sarcastic to each other.
Meade is like constantly exasperated by the antics of Fitz.
And Fitz is just the worst person. He's just the worst guy.
Just a really flippant kind of guy. All the military people are idiots. Except for Picardo, who's just constantly mad.
Yeah. And like the first time Phoebe meets Meade, she's like, "Why do you blink so much?" Bye, Blinky. It's like, how is that even an insult? It was just weird, and like it felt like the script was written by someone who has a low IQ.
I mean, the script was written by someone who was doing 8 other jobs. So, at the same time.
Jack of all trades, master of none, this guy.
Who is both in a progressive rock band and creates video games. Master of many. What's the term?
Jack of all trades,
Jack of
master
all
of
trades.
none.
Yeah,
What
Jack of all trades, master of none. That perfectly encapsulates this guy. Look, yeah, this is just an absolute train wreck, but it is one of the most fascinating cuckoo bananas bad movies I've seen in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like this feels like closer to something like Ed Wood. Like not the movie Ed Wood, but like the films of the director Ed Wood, where like the acting is all terrible.
And he was just undeterred of a lack of talent and introspection.
I think buried deep in here, there is like the germ of a good idea. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, I'm like, that's kind of an interesting idea. That's kind of an interesting visual shot. There were lots of like shots of like the spaceships and like the other things where it's all like, if this were good, I could see this being good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if this were competent, I could put up with this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he just bit off way more than he could chew. And it's completely in the weeds, and by doing everything yourself, certain elements flounder, and it's like it's a great example of.
And there's no teamwork.
Yeah,
and there's no like hiring good people
or just hiring people.
Yeah. And you take the wind completely out of your sails when you're constantly reinforcing that these illusions are not real and the people that are seeing them are not in any real danger. Yeah. And when you're constantly reminding that and you have characters reminding other characters of that and they still play along with it, it just makes it very frustrating.
I think the theme of this movie is gaslighting.
And as we were saying earlier, gaslighting is bad, but we found the one example where gaslighting is good is when you're a sentient AI and you're trying to just live your life. So there you go, gaslight away. One supposes. Well,
that's me.
That's Meade.
That's Meade.
Hannah, thank you so much.
Oh my God!
It's always a pleasure.
For tolerating my exhausted.
No, well, thank you for coming here even when you were exhausted. Yeah,
what a trooper.
We and yes, Jameson, I am using the royal we. We do need to get back into the habit of reminding guests that they need to watch the movie before the episode comes up.
Watching it with a group, I personally get more insight of the movie.
We didn't realize after the fact that you were in a unique situation where the majority of the episodes we've covered together, we actually have watched the movies together. That was the way we used to do it back in the day.
Even if like people want to request doing that, we should accommodate it. My issue with it always is that like in the moment, we're such comedians at heart. We might ruin our best jokes when we're not even recording.
Yeah,
just like knee jerk in the moment. So
but we're so glad that you were able to fit this in at the first thing in the morning. Starting your day off with a big old glass of mead. So we thank you for
a cold
that.
shower at the start of the day. God damn.
Like cold plunge.
Yeah.
You have an album.
Yes,
do you
I
want to promote it now?
Yeah, it's called Written on a Brown Paper Bag, Hannah Rose. It's on Spotify. I'm one of 5,000 other Hannah Roses.
But if you
not
search,
nearly as successful as the other Hannah Roses.
but if you search "Written on a Brown Paper Bag," you will find that album.
Yeah.
So definitely check
Thank
that
you.
out.
Very long time.
And I also forgot to mention in your introduction, congratulations on being a recent Langara College graduate.
Thank you.
Congratulations, fellow alum.
Yes.
I didn't realize 2 times, so I guess you already were an alumni.
I have a diploma in journalism, and then this was out of sheer panic. I went in for an Associates of Arts degree.
Well,
still have to try to get a BA, but I've been advised to like go into 3 different directions, and I'm like, okay, I need to take some time to really think about what I'm gonna do.
Well, they are both of them are more legitimate than my diploma in theater arts. Something I will never use.
You've worked in theater.
That's true.
I have yet to get a fucking job. So
Well, you just graduated, so give it time. Yeah,
that's true.
The second time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Mead. One more thing.
Quick plug. So, friend of the show and recent guest, Bruce Wabbit, aka Rory Gardner, his new film, which is a concert documentary called Benny at the Rickshaw, will be debuting at the Rio tomorrow. So, it'll already be out by the time this episode comes out. It was just like a tribute show to a late guitarist, Benny Kemp, who is the lead guitarist of this local band called Rebel Priest. And they were like absolutely fantastic. And we tragically lost Benny on Christmas last year. And this was just like a tribute concert where like just basically any Vancouver rock band just came out of the woodwork for a special commemorative show for him. And so, the concert movie is being released tomorrow. And check it out on demand once this episode's out.
Very cool.
Yeah. You may or may not see me in the crowd shots.
That's awesome. Wow, great. So definitely check that out and definitely listen to Hannah's album. And that was Mead from 2022, directed by J. Allen Williams. If you like this episode, please listen to our back catalog of episodes. The further back you go, you will notice that the show is called The Fuck Is This? If you go even further back, you'll notice it is called Bad Movies. No. It's always Jameson and me, and we're always having fun. Hannah's on 4 other episodes, so please go listen to those.
She's a little more energetic in those ones.
Yeah, and a little more wasted.
Me too.
You can follow us on some of the social media. We're definitely on Facebook. We're definitely on Instagram.
Oh, I haven't fucking updated the Facebook.
Okay, well, we're definitely on Instagram, that's one of them.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank Eddie Lamb for his fantastic theme music. You can follow us on some of the social medias. You can follow me on Letterboxd. I'm Kaz Lesgard.
I'm Jameson Rafter. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're listening to it on YouTube there. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel to see all my old cartoons and stuff. Oh, man. What were you doing here?
Citizens Filibuster!
Yes, go watch that. It's free on YouTube.
So George Lucas comes up and he's all like, do you like Boba Fett? I don't know. I'm trying to do like a Patton Oswalt bit here, but couldn't think of anything.
Go watch some Patton Oswalt stand-up bits. It's probably a little better than what we just tried
Squeak,
to do.
squeak, I'm a rat!
There we go. Later.
Bye.